Now then, people, and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. It is Saturday morning, which of course means it's game day, which of course means it's match day preview day. I hope you are all doing well this morning. Please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course get your comments in as well. It's Leeds versus Brentford, or Brentford versus Leeds. So let's get into it.
I don't think I do it.
Arsenal started like a house on fire. Signing number 2 for this new era. It's Judgment Day, people. Yeah! What did your boy tell you? It was never in doubt. Never in doubt. Don't believe in any luck. I believe I'm self-made, yeah. As it says on the intro, please keep it locked, because as I said, today we will be doing your watch along from 2:30 and your post match after that as well. As I said, please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and get your comments in. We've passed 15.5k. We're on our way to 16k in such a short space of time. The channel is growing so much, so I'm so grateful for all your continued support. And I am bowing to continued pressure. Every single video I put out, comments are made about my intro and that screen. So I will see about having this screen reduced, all right? I've had people say that they nearly crashed their car. I've had people say that they're getting it in the neck from their missuses. We're waking up their kids, all that sort of stuff. So I apologize, all right? I apologize, and I will rectify the situation and have the intro maybe reduced just a little bit. Big up to people in the chat anyway. We've got Snell, we've got Marcus, who else have we got? We've got Anto Garland, Jake Priesto, Darren Fleming, we've got my fellow Halifax brother Ian Sucksmith. Ethan loves the intro. Good. I'm glad someone does, bro. I'm sick of getting so much flack about it, so I'm like, you know what, I am gonna bow to pressure from the Just Joe fan base, if you like, and get that reduced. Before we get into today's preview, and if you're wondering why I don't have my green screen on, it's because this shirt makes it disappear, as you know. Willie's welcome video was nice, wasn't it? It was, mate, it was, and it was nice to see Jesse Marsh, have a chat with him. Someone did say, I hope we see the new boy today. That's not going to happen. If you watch the video, he's been sent home to get his stuff. Obviously, he came like 8 p.m. He said he set off Thursday. So Jesse and the gang have said, do you know what? Go home, get your stuff, get on over. You've got time to get started. And then from Monday, he'll start his training with Leeds United. Yeah, so we're not going to see Willie and Yonto today. Will we see Patrick Bamford? I don't know. Maybe. Intro's great, sets you apart. Just tell them to watch their earpods. Yeah, my ears were bleeding. See, it's definitely splitting opinion. Great wake-up call. Yeah, we'll see. My cat flees. There's a new one. Look, crashing cars, waking kids up, getting it in the neck from the wife, and also scaring your cats. Logan says, who do you want up top today? We'll have a chat about that, because I want to get your opinion on it as well, because I'm not quite sure if Paddy's going to be ready to start. Do you know what I mean? For the love of God, Joe, please change your shirt. Why? The green screen makes you look like you're filling a Star Wars screen. The shirt's nice, man, isn't it? It's the away shirt. What do you want me to do? If I turn it on, bro, right, I'll show you now. Shall I show you what happens? I disappear. Sort of. It's probably an improvement on the shirt, that, isn't it, to be fair? Yeah, or I could put me in front of a brick wall or in my front room. I wish. But like I said, as is always the case, look, we've got someone all the way from Thailand, Phuket. Full squad were on latest training video. They were, although in Jesse's press conference, which I did yesterday, he did say that out of the squad really that have come back, Cooper's probably the closest to starting. But before we get into the main meat and bone on the preview, let me remind you that my match day content and watch alongs are sponsored by the fantastic Football Prizes. Bill at Football Prizes is a Leeds United fan, and there's a great prize on offer for you this week. You'll have probably seen it across my socials if you do follow me. You have the opportunity to win 2 hospitality tickets to Leeds United versus Nottingham Forest. It is £9.95 a ticket, but you do get a lot of bang for your buck. That includes drinks, that includes food as well. And if you find ticket number 30, you have the opportunity to win a brand new shirt from this season's collection. Nearly almost half the tickets have gone already. There's still 4 days left on it. There is only 65 tickets available, so you have a better chance of winning as well. So if that tickles your fancy, then please do check it out. As for some 24-hour competitions, you can get £100 site credit. That is ending tonight, and that's only £1.95. You have some signed shirts from John Barnes, Vinnie Jones, although when he was at Wimbledon, Sir Jeff Hurst, Ozzy Ardiles, Tony Adams. So there's loads on offer for you if you want a 24-hour prize as well. But the main Leeds United focus prize this week is 2 times hospitality tickets to Leeds United versus Nottingham Forest. We've had a super chat come in from my brother. Big up Joe, the 10th member of the almighty Wu-Tang clan. Peace God, keep it 120, marching on together. Big up to you as well. Jake Priesto says, Wu-Tang for life, Wu-Tang for life. Right, let's get into the preview then. Look, Brentford are a very, very good side. Let's not beat around the bush here. Jesse gave them loads of praise, not just for Brentford, but for Thomas Frank as well. Listen, they are a good side, regardless of what you think of Brentford. They will. Sorry, I'm just reading a comment and it's made me laugh. Danny, my good friend, says, if we win today, mate, I'll shave my head and grow a beard and call myself Joe Wampman. Do it, man. Do it. Remember this, folks. Clip that up. Danny's on Twitter. Make sure you clip that up. Right, okay. So, yeah, Brentford. Brentford are a good side. What I will say about Brentford, though, this season, they have conceded the first goal in 6 of their last 7 Premier League outings. So they haven't given themselves the best start in terms of when they've been playing games. I think the only game they won't have conceded first was, of course, that 4-0 thumping of Man United, who were in disarray at the time. Man United are a totally different team now, but they were all over the shop in that game. But all the other Premier League games that they have played, they've conceded first, which bodes well. They're frail defensively, especially early doors. They're not starting out of the blocks. I think Thomas Frank in his press conference said, we need to start better. We know Leeds United will start really, really well. That's something that we've seen. Even against Everton, I felt in the early exchanges, we were decent, although we got sucker punched and then we struggled. But they have conceded in 6 of their last 7 Premier League outings first. However, flip side to that, they have also showed resilience, because they've come from behind to draw their 2 most recent matches. So they although they are going behind, they are still well within the games. That doesn't mean, you're going to run out and beat Brentford, because they've already shown this season in their last 2 games, and I'm just getting that up now so I can have a look who they were against. So Crystal Palace, they were 1-0 down, and also against Everton as well. They came from behind. I think even against Fulham, although they lost that game, they still came from behind 2 times. I think Mitrovic put Fulham in front. Brentford got one back. Let's have a look. No, sorry, they were 2-0 down against Fulham. Similarly for Leicester, I think. Let's just have a look. Leicester were 2-0 up as well. So it's clear that Brentford are slow starters, but that doesn't mean they're dead and buried. You could be leading at half time. They still might come back. They've done it multiple times. Yes, they lost against Fulham, but they were 2-0 down. They drew with Leicester after being 2-0 down, drew with Everton, and drew with Crystal Palace more recently. Obviously, as you can tell there's a lot of draws, and they have the most draws in the top flight this season, draw specialists, if you like. Listen, that helps Brentford. I had them picked for the drop prior to the season starting. How wrong was I? They definitely are suffering from second season syndrome for me. And listen, Brentford have a really, really good record at home. They've picked up 4 of their 6 points at home this season. The majority of them coming at home, obviously, that 4-0 win against Manchester United as well. What I will say, though, since they won that game against Manchester United, they are winless in 3. They are winless in 3, but have got points. You know, they have got points. So although they are winning games, they're still ticking over nicely. If Leeds United were to fail to lose today, fail to win, we'd be winless in 3 as well. Ice Bailey with the super chat says, apologies for my earlier word salad. My 2-finger typing technique sometimes fails. Maybe hang the jersey in the background and go with the bear suit. What's the bear suit? Is that, are you American? Is that a euphemism for the birthday suit? Like just sit here with me kit off? I don't know if that'd go well with my viewers, Ice Bailey, to be honest. But yeah, I will change this shirt when the watch along starts because I have to have the graphic round me and stuff. But this morning, I just stuck it on. So yeah, like I say, winless since they beat Man United 4-0, but they have still picked up points, and they've kept 5 clean sheets in 7 games in the last 7 Premier League games, suffering just 1 defeat in the process. So at home, over the last seven games, just 1 defeat, winning 4 of them and drawing 2. That 1 loss, can you guess, came against Leeds United. Of course it did, as we secured Premier League survival in a last gasp 2-1 victory. Obviously, Jack Harrison getting that goal as well. And just on Jack Harrison, he's tasted defeat in just 1 of 6 meetings with Brentford. So that's a good omen. Jack Harrison has just faced defeat once just once in 6 meetings. Sorry, I'm a little bit slow on the uptake this morning. It's really, really early. My words are all over the shop. But yeah, so Jack Harrison is a good omen in this fixture. And listen, Jack Harrison sort of dropped off a little bit. I know we've only played 5 games, but he started the season like a house on fire. You know, I think he was involved. There was only him and Kevin De Bruyne that had been involved in like 11 goals or creating 11 chances in the opening weekends. But since then, he's sort of dropped off a little bit. I'm expecting the re-emergence of Jack Harrison's top form today. I expect him for an assist, maybe even a goal. But he does have a good omen in this fixture, as I say, winning 2 and draw in 3 in this fixture. If we go back to the history with Leeds United on this fixture as well, obviously we have a 100% record in the Brentford Community Stadium. But prior to that, going to Brentford for us wasn't a happy hunting ground. And look, we have picked up only 1 win in our last 5 away matches at Brentford. That coming last season, obviously, as we survived relegation. The other 4 fixtures, we've drawn 2 of them and lost 2 as well. I remember that game where Kiko Casilla made that terrible error and Neil Maupay scored. I think Liam Cooper got the equalising goal, and then we sort of had a resurgence and went on a bit of a run towards the back end of that season. Just for any betting people within us, I do fancy us for a draw today. Just looking at the numbers and having done a bit of research, I do fancy us for a draw. It won't be a stalemate, though, because there has only been 1 0-0 draw in the last 26 meetings between these 2 sides, coupled with the fact that Brentford are conceding in the first half and always going down a goal. A lot of their games this season, as I say, if you have a look, have seen goals scored. I think it'll be a score draw. Like I say, no 0-0 draws in the last 26 meetings between these 2 clubs. There has also been less than 2.5 goals in this fixture in 5 of the last 7. And as I mentioned to you earlier, Brentford are conceding goals. They have no clean sheet in 4 games. Leeds have no losses in 4 and no clean sheet in 3. Tony O'Shea says, obsessed with stats. It's just, I do a bit of research. Why are you having a go at me? What's on? What's up with you? Do you know what I mean? I'm giving you some information because you might want to have a little dabble. You might not have known that there's never been a 0-0, and you might think, I was going to go for 0-0, but there's only been 1 in 26 games. Or Joe's told me that Brentford have scored a lot of goals or conceded a lot of goals in the early parts. I might go Brentford first half, Leeds second half. This is all knowledge for the game, yeah? This is all knowledge for the game. You know what I mean? Get off my back. Jake says, I like it. That could be interesting. There you go. Senelab says, watch out, Tony. He's fighting for the stats. I am fighting for the stats. If Leeds United were to win today, it'd be a good record that Leeds United haven't done since 2001 or 2. I think we've lost just one of our opening top flight 5 fixtures for the first time since 01 or 2. Obviously, that came against Brighton, so we've won 2, drawn 2, and it's it's a decent omen to know. Although we've spent a lot of time out of the Premier League, of course. The fact that we're equaling records from when we were decent, do you know what I mean? That's always a good omen, if you like. In terms of lineup, we know that Rodrigo is out and Dallas is out, but everyone else is fit. If they'll start or not, I don't think they will. I think for me, the only start that I want to see from those that are returning long term anyway is Liam Cooper. It's up for debate whether Bamford will start. I'm not too sure that Bamford will, or whether or not he's fit enough, and what does that mean in terms of how we expect Leeds United to line up. But let's have a look at what SofaScore have as our predicted lineup, and we'll have a little chat about that and see whether or not we agree, disagree. So they have William Meslier in goal, Rasmus Christensen at right back, Koch, Llorente and Pascal Strout. For me, this would be the first change. I think Llorente, although started okay, I think the last 2 games he's been terrible, and I would bomb him out. If Cooper is fit, he gives us leadership, which Diego doesn't give us. Regardless of what you think, he definitely doesn't give us. He managed to meg himself on the way to Anthony Gordon scoring that goal for Everton on Tuesday night. I think for me, I would drop him. We know Captain Cooper is well thought of within the squad. We've seen last season how much we missed him. I know a lot of people will disagree, but for me, that would be one change I would make. The midfield 2 stays as it is. As long as these 2 stay fit throughout the season, we will be right. But Tyler Adams and Mark Rocker, for me, have both been standout this season and both been great acquisitions. Luis Sinisterra keeps his place. Hopefully, for me, we'll see him for the full 90. It'd be nice if we could see him get a full 90 minutes. Obviously, we know we don't want to rush him, but I'd like to see him getting a full 90. Brendan Aronson behind the striker and Jack Harrison at left wing back. And Patrick Bamford leading the line. For me, I don't think Bamford will start. I think we might see Joffy in here, which isn't ideal. I prefer Joffy to play here, just behind Patrick Bamford, and move Aronson out here. But then again, you drop in Cine or Harrison. But this is a good thing, right? This is a good thing because we need options. And I think striking options-wise was stacked. Add Willie Gnonto to that. That's why I was okay with Dan James leaving. I know a lot of people disagree. That's a good shout from Jack to say Bamford 45, unless Joffy is doing well first. 45, fair enough as well. I think that's decent. Ice Ice Bailey says Llorente brings X factor, excellent pass completion, but somehow, yeah, this is the thing. It's like Gattuso. Sometimes maybe shit, sometimes maybe good. Sometimes he'll play a killer ball and you're like, wow, no one else within our team's doing that from the back line, but it's everything else that comes with it. And for me now, I'm too worried, or I get sick about everything else that comes with it. So for me, if Cooper's fit, start him for me alongside Robin Koch. Because for me now, Robin Koch's your number 1 centre back. Robin Koch is your number 1 centre back. But yeah, I don't know if if Bamford's 95% playing, if he's 70, 50, no, 45. But if he's close to full fitness, of course, playing, because we will have our work cut out today with Brentford's backline. I think Pontus is going to come back into the side as well. But this 3 behind the striker, whoever is the striker, is really, really good. You're going to then add William Gnonto to it. You've also got Joffy to factor in and Sinisterra. But this is the big worry. We'll see at 2:00 who indeed starts and leads the line. And then, of course, I'd like to see Llorente come out for Liam Cooper. In terms of the home team's lineup, so David Raya in goal, again, a top keeper. Rico Henry, someone I'd like to have come to Leeds United. Obviously, that's not going to happen, but great left back and can definitely offer them attacking threat. Aaron Hickey, who was linked with a move to Arsenal, but they decided against it again. Another great fullback that likes to get forward. I don't know much about Zanka. Ben Mee, yeah, great acquisition for Brentford. But, you know, I've seen a lot of people say, like, I believe, and I don't know if I'm wrong, but I believe that Zanka is a better player than Ben Mee. I think Ben Mee is a better player than Zanka. I think Ben Mee is a better player than Zanka. I think Ben Mee is a better player than Zanka. I think Ben Mee is a better player than Zanka. I think Ben Mee is a better player than Zanka. I think Ben Mee is a better player than Zanka. I think Ben Mee is a better player than Zanka. I think Ben Mee is a better player than Zanka. I think Ben Mee is a better player than Zanka. I think Ben Mee is a better player than Zanka. I think Ben Mee is a better player than Zanka. I think Ben Mee is a better player than Zanka. I think Ben Mee is a better player than Zanka. I think Ben Mee is a better player than Zanka. I think Ben Mee is a better player than Zanka. I think Ben Mee is a better player than Zanka. I think Ben Mee is a better player than Zanka. I think Ben Mee is a better player than Zanka. I think Ben Mee is a better player than Zanka. I think Ben Mee is a better pla Brentford will adopt similar tactics to what Everton were. And people disagree with me and say, oh, no, they'll try to play football. La, 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 la. Brentford are not the Brentford that you've seen in the Championship anymore. They're not that team anymore. They do like to go long. You know what I mean? They do look for set pieces. They do look for long throws. That's why you bring in someone like Ben Mee. Yes, in the Championship, very, very different. Of course, this front three will cause us all sorts of problems. But seeing the success Everton had, although they're at home, Thomas Frank, for me, will look to play with, play deep and try to get these three away on the counter. Try to get balls into the midfield and get, Johan Visser and Brian Mbeumo behind, our fullbacks who... Christensen, jury's still out, and Strout's not a natural fullback. As good as he's been, he's still not a natural fullback. And Brian Mbeumo probably will be, licking his lips at the prospect of playing a centre-back come left-back. And I think what they will also do as well, and I think Zanka may come out and Pontus Jansson may come in, and that's a strong centre-back partnership, you know what I mean? It's no nonsense. Ben Mee and Pontus Jansson, if Jansson does start. I think like Everton, if you look at it, Harrison got a lot of stick against Everton. I thought he was good, and I'd keep him on all the time because if anyone looks like they're going to make something happen, it's him. And Everton were allowing the ball to go out to him, and he was causing problems for Patterson, although I felt Patterson had a good game against him. But they were happy, Everton, to let the ball go out wide and for us to put balls into the box. Yeah? Because they knew they had they had Tarkowski. They had Connor Cody. Do you know what I mean? So I think they'll do something similar. He said, you know what? Keep the central area packed out with Brentford bodies so they can't work their way through the central spaces. Let them put it out wide. Then get out to them, funnel them out wide. Then get out to them and let them put balls into the box. Because I fancy Ben Mee or Jansson or whoever is at centre-back. I know some say Jansson's out, but I've heard that he might be due for a start. I may be wrong. I think he's doubt unless Thomas Franks said otherwise. Yeah, he is only doubtful. Ayer as well is another one. Sergi Canos is out, which is good because that guy loves a goal against Leeds United. So yeah, I think they'll just get them out wide and let us put balls into the box. So hopefully they don't do that, but I think that's something they will do because Thomas Frank's very tactically astute, and we'll look to play to Brentford's strengths and try to negate ours. In midfield, they have Jensen, Janal, and De Silva as well. I've seen maybe Christian Norgard come in. But yeah, that front three, Johan Visser, Ivan Toney, and Brian Mbeumo. I'm a massive, massive fan of Ivan Toney. Of course, Brian Mbeumo is great as well. So we definitely need to be wary. Look, in terms of distribution, Ben Mee and Jansson, I don't know much about Zanka. I'm not sure. Maybe they'll look to get the balls into the midfield and then obviously try to get these behind. But we'll have to wait and see. Yes, Matthias Jensen is really, really good for Brentford. I agree with you. He's one of their standout players for sure. But it is going to be a very, very difficult game for Leeds United. And as I say, I do expect them to have similar sort of tactics to how Everton employed their game plan, if you like. My lineup, as I said, Melly in goal, Rasmus, Koch, Cooper, Strouk, Adams, Rocker, Cini, Aronson, Harrison, and then Bamford up top if he is fit. Let me know your score predictions. As I say, would I take a point? Yes, I'd be more than happy to take a point away from the Brentford Community Stadium. I think get points away from home, wins at home. In terms of who Leeds United have up next, of course, I think we've got Nottingham Forest, haven't we, is our next home game. So that's one we want to be winning. It's one we should be looking to win. I think that's on the Friday. No, it's Monday. It's Monday Night Football is Leeds versus Forest. So we'll have a nice little layoff between the games as well. But yeah, Brentford versus Leeds. It's a tough fixture. Like I say. Previously, not a great record down there, but we do have a 100% record at their new stadium. But listen, last season was a bit of an anomaly. Brentford weren't great. They were down to 9 men. We were fighting for our lives. Brentford had been on the piss a couple of nights before. They were just looking for their holidays, if you like. They were up. Although they wanted to you know, put a mockers on us because they don't like Leeds United. Their fans don't like Leeds United. You know, they were dying to send us down. But it wasn't to be the case, you know what I mean? And it'd be nice for us to go down there and pick up all 3 points. I do think we'll struggle to do that. But I think we can get a point. I do think we can get a point. I expect goals from Bamford and from Even Toney, personally. Like I say, if we can go in front, by any means will I be getting too excited, because what we have seen, is a real resilience from Brentford this season. Because, like I say, they've gone behind and come back, the draw specialists. So give me a point all day at the Brentford Community Stadium. Red Eye Wolf says, why are you downplaying it? Downplaying what? What do you mean? The result that we had? It was an amazing result. I say morons. Why are you being rude? What? Tell me what you mean by downplaying it. Tell me what you mean. You don't need to be rude, bro. Is there? Not just for me, but to people in the chat as well. But explain to me what you mean by downplaying it. Let's have a look. We've got 2-1 to Brentford, says Bowie Doctor. We've got 2-0 here from Mike Jones, who says 2-0 win, maybe Tony nicks one. 2-1 then in that case. Ethan's going for a 1-1 draw. Aaron to get the goal. Aronson and Tony goal as well. Let's have Ben says an away point is good, but I do think we'll win today 3-0. That'd be great. Gary said worried about this one, hoping for 1-1. It's important that we don't lose for me, because if we lose, obviously it's then a point out of the last 3, and you've played Brighton, Everton and Brentford. You know, they are good sides, Brighton, Brentford especially at their places. You know what I mean? That's 2 tough away fixtures. But even still, only a point against Everton. Then you're looking, we had a great start, and now we've only got 1 out of 3, and we haven't played amazing sides. I think for me, we actually might get more joy out of teams that are just willing to play their way because they have better personnel than us, i.e. the top 6 sides. It's like, no, we'll impose our style on them, and we can surprise them with our counter press and our high intensity game. But teams like this, when I look at like Graham Potter, I look at like what Everton did to us, who maybe, you know, man for man look at it and said, you know what, we'll struggle to impose our game on them. Let's be pragmatic. Brentford may do the same. And I'd be more worried about their counter-attack, if you like, than I was Everton's, because Johan Visser, Even Toney and Brian Mbeumo. Even Toney's gone off the boil a bit since his start to the season, not scored in a couple of games. He'll be chomping at the bit as well in this one. Let's have a look. Jacob would take a draw. Justin's going 3-1, 2-0 Leeds, Cine and Harrison, 3-1 Leeds. We've got 2-1 Leeds win. Morning, Jonesy, nice to see you. We've got 2-2, 3-1. I think it'll be a draw, but it will be a score draw. Like I say, we've only had 1-0 in the last 26 meetings between these teams. Yeah, there is a little part of that as well. Leeds 2-1, Harrison 89th minute screamer. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is what we need to be wary of, Stephen, isn't it? If we fail to win today, if we pick up a point, I'm okay. But if we were to get beat, 1 point in the last 3, then you've got Forest at home. Forest have got Bournemouth today. That's a big, big fixture for them. I've said Forest will get relegated, which I know might seem wild, but I think they've done too much and signed a lot of has-beens and weird transfers towards the end. Jacob says, fancy Erasmus goal. What I'd like to see is the players passing to him a little bit more when he's in attacking areas. There seems to be a reluctance to do so. Maybe they know something we don't, but I've noticed that over the last couple of games. Please do smash a like if you haven't already. So many lives, Joe. Do you sleep? Just got to put in the work, can I? Just got to put in the work. Hard work pays off. 5-0 lead, says Jack. Llorente starting worries me. Yeah, when he's on the pitch, I'm worried. Yeah, I was a big fan of his, but I'm now starting to see what other people have been saying, and I'm a little bit, yeah, you do my tits in now, Llorente. I'd rather see the calming Cooper, and that's mad because Cooper's not all that calming either, is he? But we'll wait and see. I'm going to 1-1, sorry, Anna. I'm going 1-1. A lot of you think a Leeds United win. I think that'll be a very, very tough thing for us to do, to go to Brentford and win the game. But hopefully I'm wrong and yous are all right. Yes, you can, Jamie. I know you're not Cooper. This is what I don't understand. You were big on Dan James, but you hate Cooper. Dan James had no outstanding quality. I don't know what he brought to the side, and we won't miss him. We won't miss him. You won't miss him. You know what I mean? I don't think you'll miss him. And maybe that's a little bit harsh, but I think it's right. And Cooper's better than Llorente. Okay, might not have the passing range as him, but I think he's better than Llorente. Right, okay, you like him, but not right. I understand that. Yeah, but Ice Bailey is not as erratic as Llorente. Not a chance. No, man, his Scottish version of Llorente. Yo, Cooper can't meg anyone, let alone meg himself. He ain't got that extra little bit of flair that maybe Llorente has, but he's just too calamitous for me, is Llorente. I'd worry about him thing. But listen, Jamie, that's on the coach though, isn't it? If he thinks he's ready, he'll throw him in there, won't he? So yeah, I think he'll throw them in there. I think Cooper should start, like I say, everything else. It's all on that striker. It's all on that striker. Will Bamford start, or will it be Joffy? And you know, who will be behind him? I think it'll be Aronson, Cini and Harrison, but it's who's going to start at the top, and does Llorente drop out for Liam Cooper? We shall see. We shall see. Remember, folks, before I do let you go, that you can get the chance to win tickets to that Nottingham Forest game, Leeds United versus Nottingham Forest. Hospitality tickets at that as well. £9.95 a go. 65 tickets available. Get involved. It's a great prize. And they are a great bunch of lads, the Football Prizes crew. The link is in the description. I put one in for the Aronson shirt the other day, but I didn't win, which was disappointing because I really, really wanted it. But yeah, listen, thanks as always for watching. It was a short and snappy one this morning, as is always the case on the match day preview. No Willian Yonto, he won't be near the side yet. Will Cooper start at centre-back? And who will start up front for Leeds United? I'm going for a 1-1 draw, and I would snap your hand off for that right now. What's clear is they concede. They concede goals, they concede first. But they are very resilient and will look to come back. I expect Leeds United to get the first goal. I expect Brentford to get one in the second half. We'll leave on as even, one apiece, and be happy with a point, and hopefully then beat Nottingham Forest next Monday. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do smash a like on the video as well on your way out. And make sure you're going over to my watch along at 2:30, and I'll see you all there. I want to get more than 2,000 live viewers. We're getting closer every time. That's the target. If we can get that, it's absolutely amazing. Listen, thanks for watching, and I'll see you at 2:30, bright and early, and hopefully we'll pick up all 3 points. But I'm going for a draw. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your weekend up until 2:30 when you'll be shitting yourself because Leeds are playing Brentford.